Welcome back to Midwest Access for another episode of Tooth Talk with one of my favorite guests, Dr. Katie Post.
Thank you.
Yes, I love having you on. I learned so much that has positively impacted my life. So, yes. So if we can jump right into Invisalign, because there is so much. So I'm about halfway through.
Yeah.
I have 53 trays. I'm on 28.
Yes.
I know, it is so great. And to see the movement, it's so encouraging. But it's been so much easier than I ever thought it could be.
Yes.
And so I'm struggling with where to start. First of all, my teeth were always crooked.
Yeah.
Bothered me. And I'm approaching 50. And I thought, let's do some changes for the back half. I'm calling it the back half.
I love it. The better half.
The better half.
Yes.
Exactly. Seriously, that is actually true, right? You don't have to go through puberty again.
No.
You get to be an adult the entire time.
And I think people forget, like, you still can make these changes. And the number one, there's all kinds of research by changing your smile.
Yeah.
That's, and I did my dad in his 70s.
That
and
is
he
so
still
cool.
says it's one of the best things I've ever done for him. Like, you
Wow.
know, now graduating, all these other things that did nothing, you know, but because he feels really confident about it. It was something that really bugged him.
Yes.
And people respond to you differently when you smile. And they
And
just,
if you're starting to hide your teeth, and mine, I was noticing more crowding, and I thought, this is not going to get better.
No.
And I've got, 50 more years, so let's get a...
Well, and you start having so much more stuff get stuck,
Yes.
and then the hygienist is scraping so much more because those front teeth are crowded, and they can't get around them, and you can pick up the stain because you can't get to them because they're so crowded. And once you open that up, but there's so many benefits that people don't know.
Yes.
And so a lot of times what we're doing is we're expanding that arch, and I'm working right now on getting my diplomat from the American Academy of Sleep Dentistry, which is this thing about how we help people sleep better through these appliances so they don't have to wear a CPAP.
Yeah.
And with Invisalign and braces, traditional braces, one of the benefits is we open that arch, which creates more space for your tongue and more airway so you can breathe better. So we have some people that have spent years with those breathing problems. By opening that up, it's easier for them to sleep, easier for them to breathe. They don't wake up with all that jaw pain that they had for years. Are you experiencing some of those things?
Oh my gosh, yes, it's incredible. So obviously you want your smile to look good, but sometimes we get on ourselves like, oh, it's just cosmetic, but it is not just cosmetic. One of the things that we talked about before, which is what kind of really pushed me over the edge to try Invisalign, was I always clench at night and I grind. And I've got these, the big muscles there to show for it. And I'd have, just tension down my neck. And literally, I'm like 6-7 months in, that is gone.
Which is incredible.
Yes,
to
I would wake up
up
and I'd have to just like massage it. I mean, I can't even, it's been a couple of months. Yes, so it's awesome.
That's a huge success in itself.
And if it didn't even change my smile, totally worth it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it already has.
That tension.
Like, I can't believe, even if you quit today, how much better it is today than it was before you started. It's
so
just
cool.
Such an incredible change.
And that just encourages you to keep going.
Yes.
It really hasn't been, it hasn't been painful. We've kind of tried to follow the journey. And so at the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, that's it's doing something.
Yeah.
But you feel the tension. And then as it goes on, you get very used to it. And
it's almost like a good tension because it's making progress and things are moving.
Yep.
And one thing that we didn't even talk about is people who are clenching so severe, they actually can kill the nerve in that tooth and end up needing a root canal because they're putting so much force on it, or potentially break that tooth off or crack it. There's a lot of people, and they're like, I wasn't even eating anything and this tooth broke. Well, it's probably because they've been clenching at night and that tooth broke. And when you're having the Invisalign trays in, you're protecting those teeth from that force. And even with traditional braces, when the orthodontist, when they move those teeth, they're putting them in the right alignment so the forces come where those teeth are less likely to break. And so I tell my patients all the time, I've never had a kid die from crooked teeth, ever. However, I have had people lose teeth and have major problems because of their teeth being crooked. And by us aligning that, you're not having that jaw pain. You're much less likely to break those teeth down the road. Those are huge as far as like eating hard foods down the road and be able to do all these other things that you can't do if those teeth are gone.
Right, and that's why I'm really on this like planning for the back half,
Yes,
right? Because it
yeah.
isn't just about your 50s and 60s, it's about your 90s too.
Yes,
And I want to be able to
100%.
eat peanuts and
Yeah.
enjoy my life.
I love it. I'm in.
I love it. Well, you have 3 locations that make it very easy to come and visit
Yes.
you. Where are those?
So we have one on Superior Drive across from Costco, one on 37th Street, the old Ace Hardware, and one in Byron.
Okay, so easy. Thank you so much
Yes.
for coming and sharing all these great tidbits that really are impacting and making a positive change in so many people's lives. Thank
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more Midwest Access after this.